Hello and welcome back to the 90's Mads podcast, your podcast for all things Newcastle United, hosted by two lifelong Newcastle United supporting buddies, myself, D-Man, joined by the returning Jefferson. How you doing, sir?
Yo, what's happening? Good to be back.
Yeah,
The show last week I caught up on it. It was a good one. So yeah, man, hold tight, you guys, for keeping the ship running. Really appreciate it.
yeah, man. Big up to Roy for holding the fort down in your absence and that. But yeah, as you can see, Jefferson's back in the flesh, ready to go. Before we get to the good stuff, don't forget like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Help the channel grow. Help us with the algorithm. Slap a like as soon as possible. Need to get as much likes as possible we can today. And before we go any further, good evening to Adrian. Hope you're good. He's already sent in a super chat, so big up Adrian. He said, before I forget to ask again, can you please tell me what the outro music is? Well,
Oh.
we're, we're gonna have to go back and ask our illustrious former co-host AC because he's the
Hey,
one who came up with it. So we'll get back to you, Adrian. I hope you like it. I hope the question is because you like it. If you like it, to
didn't,
stay. You
didn't
know,
Adrian once say it was the best outro on YouTube?
I think he did.
So
Yeah.
Adrian, is that still the case?
We'll find out for you, Adrian. Just for you. We'll find out. But big up for the Chief of Chat, man. Appreciate it. We got Ginny in the building. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. So big up the and Jeffo. Hope you're good. Who else we got the Bebis are ready in the building, ready to go. 11 defeats in 27.
Aye,
Yeah,
aye,
he
aye.
played well, but I'm tired of the happy clappers picking out the good bits and ignoring everything else. Let's not just up to the feet, celebrate wins and draws and not defeats. That's pot noodle mentality.
Mm.
Hope you're good. Hope you're good,
Mm.
Davis. Hope you're good. But yeah, we got Benjamin in the building. Hope you're doing good. Hope you do. What's up,
Is,
Demon?
is
I
this
missed the
is this
second
is
place.
this Ben? I keep getting like there was another Ben that came in the other day and I got it wrong. Is this Ben? You know who it is if it's Ben. Let me know. Let me know. If so, got to pay homage to Mr. First Place. There's nothing I can. I'm trying to whittle down that leads. It's a hard one.
Okay. Big up Kant in the building. He said, agents, it's called Jeff's yearly DJ mix.
Oi, man, like
So,
Kante. Just, just to say, well, Kante. I watched him play, man. He's improving, man. He's living up to his name.
big up Marco in the building. He says, Spinneroonie Eze, gutted you didn't help us out. Listen, we tried our best in it. We tried. Uh, Ben's answered your question, my friend. He's answered your question.
Hey, big up Ben. Hold tight. What's happening, bro?
Big up Double D in the building. A good performance from the most part. You guys could have had a point on another day. Interesting. I like the way you think, Double D. But big up. Congratulations on Liverpool's win, the late winner from McAllister. So, well, kind of giving Liverpool that much needed push for top four, top five. But big up. But yeah, listen. As usual, here to review the latest instalment from Newcastle United season. We travelled to the Etihad, which felt like the 100th time this season. It finished Man City 2, Newcastle United 1. Obviously, Man City keeping the pressure on Arsenal in the title chase. We couldn't improve on our 10th place points tally at the moment. But listen, a valiant effort. We fell short. We gave them a game, but we came up with another defeat, which is not good. So, Jefferson, overall thoughts on the game itself?
Yeah, in terms of the overall, we'll get into it, of course, but I think it's one of those ones where people are like, you know what, we run them close. I'm not a big acceptor of that mentality, but what I would say is that it is an improvement in parts compared to what we've seen in terms of the drabness away from home, and considering the opposition is a glass half empty, glass half full. Because when you look at it, really, were they that impressive? No. And you start to think, could we have got them? Yes. Of course, there was a key decision in the game that maybe cost us that, but you always felt like City potentially had another gear to go. But yeah, one or two encouraging things. It is frustrating, but at the same time, you sort of expect us to get whacked up. I think in the prediction league, I think I put 3-1. I think Ben put 3-1 as well. Ended up being 2-1. When you look at the goals, they're also very preventable. So this is what then becomes frustrating. So it's not just about the way we're set up, but it's these individual mistakes. We talk about us back in 22-23 having the joint best defense in the league. What has happened? It feels very frail at times, but we'll get into it. It could have been worse. Put it that way. It could have been worse.
Big up Kenny. Kenny said he said if the ref knew the rules, we would have got a point.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, to me, listen. What I will also say is that I kind of gauge in the performance on the way Man City set up in that second half and their reaction to winning the game. Yeah, because they celebrated like hard because they knew they were in a game, which is unusual when we go to the Etihad. Yeah, and I'll give Eddie credit for the fact that we didn't just park the bus. We tried to have a goal. We lacked quality in that final third, but we tried to have a goal, created one or two opportunities, and if it wasn't for some brain dead play in the final third, we could have maybe caused them more problems. Yeah. And like you said, the goals itself were preventable. Not going to ignore the fact that Pope had to make a couple really good saves, but
Yeah.
we tried to attack them, and we looked dangerous on the break as well. Gordon was causing a problem with his pace, to the fact that they had to sub Diaz because he got skinned a couple of times by Gordon. But I
Gehi
predict
too, man. Gehi looked like
Gahey, yeah,
he was
they had a
struggling.
they had a tough
Yeah.
time. The centre backs had a tough time. I will say that initially, early on in the week, I put my prediction in early. I said 3-1, but as the week went on, I thought, you know what, we could get something from this. I actually thought maybe 1-1. Yeah, and if it wasn't for, you could say, the avoidable goals or the decision that went against us, I don't know. We'll discuss that as well. It could have been a different story, but end of the day, that's what our fourth away game straight, and we've won 3 of those. So I'm not really going to crash out because it's Man City. It's a better performance. You could argue we're getting closer to getting something from them, but end of the day, we came up with a defeat. So good effort, but unfortunately didn't go our way. But yeah, but let's talk about the lineup. What were your thoughts on the lineup? He didn't really make too many changes. Same kind of formation. Voldemar in a deeper position. Gordon up top. Alanga started. Barnes on the bench. What were your thoughts? What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one because building up to the game, you would argue that someone like Ilanga is building up towards something we would like to see. His performances have improved, but I think I've gone back the other way now, just in one game. But listen, no arguments from me for him starting away from home. We've talked about how he can stretch teams in behind, and at times this season, Man City have been suspect defensively. So, obviously the tactic there is to use the pace to stretch them in behind. Me personally, I'm still not a fan of this Voltemada playing number 8. I think we are destroying his attacking talents. He's far too deep. However, you could see in passages, tactically it works with Gordon stretching them, but then you could say, well, why doesn't he just start left wing forward? He could do it from that position there. But happy to see Ramsey in the side. I think he is slowly growing in confidence now. He's keeping his fitness. He's becoming more robust. Those physical attributes are really coming through. So you can see that he's blending in with the team. And what he does is he's cute and clever. So he's got some good touches on the ball, something in possession that we really, really need. So it's not as chaotic. But yeah, for me, the big one is still Trippier. And we'll come on to Trippier in a bit, but liability. And the worst thing is, I mean, Dan Burn gives as good as he's got. But I think if you've got both Burn and Trippier in the side, it's very difficult to win games
Yeah,
at the moment.
but Burns struggled, especially initially. He struggled for the first 15, 20 minutes. He was all over the shop. But yeah, just on the Voltemada thing, big up Connor. Connor said Voltemada is not a midfielder or a 10, and yesterday proved it. I agree he's not a midfielder. The 10 thing, this is where I struggle because we know that Eddie's not going to place his strengths as number 9, but when he was a number 9, he wasn't pulling up trees himself anyway, right? But people were angling before like we got really into the nitty gritty. People were angling for Voldemar and Vista to start together. So my argument is, if you wanted them to start together, some people said Vista on the left, but most people said Voldemar behind Vista. Yeah. So is he a 10 or is he not? Yeah. Don't go. He's playing way too deep, but in the last 2 games, yes, you can tell about the opposition, but he actually played well. He got more involved in the play. He got kind of an assist, whatever, and he got a goal as well. Yeah. This is Man City, where it's a completely different kettle of fish. Yeah. You can't really, when they're playing them top teams, if you're not naturally in that used to that position, it's gonna show. Yeah, and it showed yesterday. So I'm not a fan of him being this number 8 as well, but I'm not necessarily a fan of him being out and out number 9 right now, because we don't play to his strengths anyway. Yeah, so maybe as a 10, it might work a bit more. But you mentioned Ramsey as well. I agree with everything you said. I think he's getting better and better every game, and I think he's becoming quite key to our midfield. So when we've got all our midfielders available, he's probably one that's going to be selected. If you're looking at Bruno, Tonali, and Ramsey, or Bruno, Miley, and Ramsey, or whatever you want to do, I think Ramsey's one of the ones that, if he can stay fit, I think he could be quite key to us. But yeah, Trippier, yeah, we know he's a liability. At the moment, I don't see what else he can do, because Tino's not fit, Miley's not fit. You know what I mean? You could try the youngsters, but
But why? The thing is, we keep eliminating the youngsters, but we haven't tried them. So no
no,
one's in a position to judge them, because we haven't
no, I
seen
get
them.
it. I
But for
get it.
me, Trippier's performances, in my opinion, are costing us. Yeah. So surely Shaha can't be any worse than Trippier in this current state of
It's
form.
true,
It
but
can't be.
no,
Surely.
but I'd agree with some of the more advanced positions. I think we could try the youngsters, but as a defender, you could obliterate his confidence in one game. Yeah, and I don't think we're in the right game. Maybe Caraback on Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever it is. I think maybe that's the time to put him in. But in a game against Man City, nah, not for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, Trippier didn't have the best of games. I don't think it was that bad, but I think to put a youngster in that situation, I'm not a fan. One of the advanced positions, up top, midfielder, on the right of midfield, whatever, maybe. But for me personally, you're just gonna have to stick it until Tuno's back or Miley's back.
Or you play. I mean, I'd heard rumors before of like Tiao going to right back. You play a Pivas or one of these guys. Not Heffernan, because we got rid of him, but one of them centre backs from the youth. Give him a go. What's the worst that can happen? Other teams are doing it, man. Other teams are doing it.
Who in that kind of
I
position?
remember when Chelsea had an injury crisis, they played Josh Ashimpong. You know, other,
Yeah, but
other teams are taking.
they had no other defenders. They had no other defenders. That's why they had to put him in. You know what I mean? So and I don't know.
You're getting a 35-year-old right back.
No, don't get me wrong. But
Who's busting us,
was
bro?
Chelsea giving them a debut against Man City? I don't think they were. You know what I mean? So, like I said, Caraback, I can understand. Yeah, and like we said about the last game, you should have introduced him a lot earlier. That would be the ideal situation. But a Man City away, nah, hell no.
Why is Ashby on loan?
But Ashby's been crap apparently.
He's got to be better than this. Most people got to be better than this.
I don't think so.
It's like having 10 men.
No, but again, it's the time and the place to do it. A Man City game is not the time and place to do it. Away from home, even if it's at home, I could maybe say, okay, away from home, nah, you could get obliterated. Bro. By that, nah. By the quality they have, not for me, man. Not for me. But let's go through some of these comments anyway. Kenny said, was Gordon the one they took out deliberate, not even looking at the ball? Should have been a red. I thought that was it Dan Burn, isn't it? I thought it was Bernardo Silva and Dan Burn. Yeah.
There was one where Gordon got a hand across the neck.
That was Diaz,
He got a yellow, yeah. But what do you call it? It was like a you remember like a Street Fighter with Sagat. It's like, Agony or whatever. Like, it was just like, what was going on there?
Big up Kim Cam. We played well, but Man City covered more ground. Interesting. Kenny said Shearer, not a fan at all, slagging Voldemort off again. I didn't hear that, but I'll take your word for it. But I've heard a couple of people saying that Shearer's having a go at Voldemort.
Disappointing.
Liam said, as soon as Miley and Joe Linton are fully fit, Voldemort won't be in the 8. But where will he be? Where will he be? Would he put him up front, or would he put him in the 10, or was he not going to play? You know what I mean? This is the question.
Be getting splinters on that bench, probably.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get into the game itself, right? So obviously, I think we conceded the first goal on 15 minutes. What did you make of it? A good finish from O'Reilly. Some people saying Pope should have saved it, but it came from a little mix-up in midfield. He's got put through and he slotted away. But what were your thoughts on the first goal?
it's just a bit of a mess and a scramble because at first sight it looks like Burns come too high. But in a weird way, it's good that Burns there because Tonali just has no control of the ball. I think it bounces off him or something. So I don't know if he's not got his feet right. It goes past him. Burns tried to kind of intercept it, but it's gone through, which then means he's out of position. And
Mm,
everyone is congested in the area. You know, like schoolboy football, everyone gravitates towards the ball. There's a real lack of positional awareness there. By the time that I think it's Tiao's trying to spread across to get there. He can't. He
mm.
can't. He can't get there. As for the strike, it's a good strike. It's curling away. Yeah, but it's
It's
on
not.
target.
Yeah.
He's got to push it. He's got to get a stronger hand on that.
Yeah,
He has
it's not
to.
exactly in the corner, is it? It's not exactly in the far
He has
corner.
to.
It's savable. It's savable.
100%. 100%.
Um, Marco said Ramsdale saves it.
Yeah.
Interesting, interesting. But listen, we didn't let that phase us because I thought if it's going that earlier, it could be a battering. Yeah, and credit to us because we got back into the game. Before the goal, I think it was Malik Chow that had a header that Donnarumma tipped over. Then we get the equaliser. Lewis Hall likes to score against Manchester teams. Um, hit the ball from outside the box, takes a wicked deflection, 1-1. Do you think it's a little bit poor now that we're shooting more from outside the box, or is it too early to say?
I think it's an encouraging sign. I think it's something that every fan has been asking for, saying that potentially we don't really shoot enough. So that's good to see. And if you buy a raffle ticket, sometimes you win a prize. So whether it's on target or not, you can see this has gone in aided by a deflection. You have to at least attempt. So that's positive. And incidentally, if I can find it, I'll send it to you after the show. I'm sure I mentioned on NUFC Talk TV about the role Hall will play in terms of whether he will overlap, whether he'll invert. And if he does, if he gets close enough to the goal, he's got a decent shot on him.
Mm.
So interesting that was the case. I think he could pop up with a few more, because we've seen it historically. He's got that in the locker.
Yeah.
So yeah, well worked goal. And Ramsey technically gets an assist for that, I think.
Oh, is he? Okay.
I don't know. I mean, okay, he's passing it backwards. It's kind of like a layoff,
I
but
thought it came from a City defender to him. Oh, okay, I have to watch it again. I thought.
yeah, I think he chases it in behind and then he sort of he passes it back.
Right. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. Back into the game. Unfortunately, we go 2-1 down. Not too long after that. Now, this goal. Whose fault is this goal? Because Semenyo's spreaded the ball to Haaland between two. I think Ramsey and Hall. I think it is. Yeah. And Haaland's chipped it over to the back post, and there's O'Reilly again with the header. Right. Trippier, unawares, and it's gone over him, and O'Reilly's beating him to the header, and it's gone in. So, whose fault? That's a very avoidable goal in my
Yeah.
opinion. But whose fault is that one?
Before I blame Trippier, I'm going to blame Anthony Elanga. If you watch Anthony Elanga, so O'Reilly, he should be tracking his man. There should be 2-on-1.
Hmm.
And if they time it right, you should have one in front, one behind by the time the ball comes in. But Ilanga's just like this. He's just like, he gets caught out. He's lost his man. So Trippier's trying to get there, but you have to anticipate. That's the thing, you see. So I know he's shorter, so it is a height mismatch,
Hmm.
but you can at least try and put him off. Put him off if you get your positioning right. And then fine, if he beats you in the air, he beats you clean in the air. But he's like 3, 4, 5 yards behind by the time he actually gets there. But yeah, was it Willock? I thought it was Ilanga. If we watch it again, I could be wrong,
Okay.
but
Okay.
it's whoever was on that side doesn't track O'Reilly into the box. But then Trippier has to anticipate and be in the right position because you can see he's the wrong side as well, and
Yeah.
he can't get up. He
And you
can't.
know what? Funny enough, before Carl Walker left for Man City, he was getting caught a lot of the time at it like that as well. At the back post, sleeping. Like he used to get beat a lot. Trent used to do it as well. But yeah, he should have done a lot better with that one. King Cam said we're doing many defensive mistakes, but they are not structural. All the teams in the Premier League are suffering from the same problems, no exception. Interesting. Interesting.
Mm.
Um,
It's very preventable sometimes. You have to be able to do the bare minimum. So that's getting your positioning right. anticipating the danger on both ends.
Yeah,
If you're attacking, you anticipate where the ball's going to drop and you try and be there. The same defensively. You got
yeah,
to think, oh, if he misses him or he doesn't track, I got to make sure I am where I am. You shouldn't be getting caught out. This is the
yeah.
Premier League, the top level of football. So we can't be making excuses for these boys. However, could it be lack of concentration? Could it be age and just that his legs are gone? You know, his best days are behind him.
Could be, could be. Big up, Raymond. Hope you're good. Yeah, we've seen your comments, so please don't spam the same thing over and over again. But I hope you're good. Hope you're good.
Big up, Ray. Big
Big
up,
up,
big
big
up.
up. Just a side note, what's your thoughts on O'Reilly? Another one of the Man City youth players. Funny enough, Curtis, he lives in Manchester, and I think it was a couple seasons ago, he was in the park and with his mum. And his mum was sitting next to a lady on the park bench, and the lady started talking to her brother, and he said, "Oh yeah, my grandson's about to make his debut for Man City," and it was O'Reilly. He said, "Yeah, apparently Pep thinks a lot of him, thinks very highly of him." But what's your thoughts on him?
Hold tight, Curtis. By the way, I'd like to hear Curtis's view on him because boy, he is cutthroat, isn't he? So
Yeah,
I'd
I
like to
told,
give Curtis.
I told you a story about Pep and Arteta, innit?
What did he say?
He was in Manchester, obviously in Manchester, and he's walking down the street, and he sees Pep with his friends and that walking up. So he's like, "Oh," he asked Pep for a photo, innit? So Pep's like, "Yeah, yeah, no problem." So my friend took off his jacket and he gave it to Pep's friend and said, "Can you take the picture?" Yeah, the friend was Arteta. He got Arteta to take the picture. He said Arteta was fuming,
Are you
fuming.
kidding me?
Nah. And I've got a picture on my phone. But yeah, yeah,
Oh my days! Yeah,
yeah.
I can imagine him being fuming at that.
Yeah,
We know what our Lego head is like.
I know. Um,
Um,
but
yeah, O'Reilly. Sorry, you wanted
mm,
my view? Okay, I think aesthetically, he's built like a machine, isn't he?
mm.
He's tall, he's athletic, he's quick, he's strong. I think ultimately he's a left winger. He's not a left back. You know, so
His natural position is midfielder. He's a midfielder.
right, that
Yeah,
doesn't surprise me.
yeah,
And it wouldn't surprise me as well if he's got something in the locker more centrally, not just wide. But the problem will be is will someone like a Tuchel look at that performance and say, we need to fit him in the team. Let's get him in at left back. Because for me, Hall is still, and that's with
But
no
was he
bias
playing left back?
attached.
Would I know he playing left back? Could I know he come on a sub? Because I thought O'Reilly was in midfield.
Um, yeah, he was actually playing left wing of a middle
Okay,
three.
okay,
Um, but I guess for England, I'm sure he's been playing left back.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you know what it's like. We have a sense of kind of just trying to squeeze people in.
Mm,
So I'm just hoping that he doesn't rival Hall because I think for me Hall is the best natural left back England have. But
yeah,
what's very interesting is that Nico O'Reilly came in when they had an injury crisis, and he's been able to take advantage of that and learn on the go and embed himself in the team.
mm,
And what we've seen in a manager like Pep Guardiola, people say he's a checkbook manager. Fine, I understand that. But where necessary, he's
big
been willing to
things.
take
Yeah,
risks and blood youth players through. And
yeah,
we're seeing the fruits of the labour. And I think both us and our manager can learn a thing or two with that.
yeah. But yeah, so we go 2-1 down. We had a couple opportunities on the break. Gordon had that opportunity when he's cut inside, similar to what he did at St James's Park a few seasons ago. He's cut inside. He's forced a good save from Donnarumma. There wasn't another opportunity where I thought he could have squared it
Mm,
as well. I think I think it was to Willock or Rams. I can't remember who it was to. Willock's had a tame shot from Donnarumma saved as well.
mm.
Then comes the main talking point, right? So we win a free kick and a wicked a wicked cross from Tonali.
What a ball.
Great ball. Great ball. And there's Dan Burn to nod it in. Right? Now, immediately, the linesman put his flag up for offside. But we see the replay. It's clever play from Diaz, right? He's pushed Burn in an offside position, right? Now, what's your thoughts on it? Because some are saying there's three options. You you give the foul and give a penalty. You allow the free kick to be retaken. I can't remember what the other option was, but what's your thoughts on it?
I mean, I don't know the rules. Maybe I should have checked the rules before I came on air because it is a key talking point in the game. But I think we need more variables, like what you have in NFL. You know, Obviously we see stuff like this happen before where a ricochet's happen or a pass back's come from the defender and then that plays someone onside or something, or it's come off the opposition player's body, so then it puts a player onside. With this situation, there's a deliberate push. Now, I don't know if that's because of the physical fracas or if he's been very clever to be like, well, they're going to draw the line. If I go like that, he's going to be offside.
Hmm.
So in that instance, maybe the referee has to have a variable and some common sense to be like, you know what? There's no intention to defend the incoming ball. You then give the attacker the benefit of the doubt. And I think we would see something like that as an NFL call. Do you know what I mean? They
Hmm.
use a bit more common sense with the variables. I don't know what you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that I think you the two options is you give the goal because, like Kenny said, you can't be offside if you're pushed, right?
Right,
Or it's a foul. It's a foul. It's one or the other, and you give a penalty.
right.
You know what I mean? So it's and like Liam said as well, it can't be offside until you're involved. Down to the rest decision if the free kick can be taken again. Now the thing is, I bet this happens again in the season, and the
It
goal gets
probably
given,
will.
and
Yeah,
they'll give the goal. You know what I mean? So
probably.
it's Connor said the push was done before the ball in play, but then the ref should stop it and call it again and take the free kick again because it's a foul.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So either
There's
way,
no
we were hard done by, hard done by. Um,
If you
but
add
yeah,
that to the Villa game, it's not good. It doesn't look good
right,
for the
exactly.
what is it? PMGOL or
P,
PGMOL?
P, PGMOL, yeah, yeah, yeah. But listen, the goal gets called off, and we go into the break 2-1 down. Now the second half was quite strange in the sense that we were the one that was really pushing forward, right? And they were trying to hit us on the break. The disappointing thing is that we didn't really create too many opportunities, but there was one in particular where we've hit them on the break, and Anthony Lelanga, all he's got to do is play a through ball to Anthony Gordon, yeah, and he decides to check back and put it out wide. Now I don't remember that one, but did you see Gordon's reaction? Gordon was fuming,
Women.
absolutely fuming. Now, what's your thoughts on that? And is it like is this something that can be coached out of him, or is it just this is just him? Yeah, and we're gonna have to learn to expect that he's not that kind of guy.
I think we've all played football, but there's two things here at play. One is football intelligence. Most people know that if you got a bit of vision, most of the time. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes people say, "Slow down, have a touch." But really and truly, sometimes you catch people out in the milliseconds if you hit something first time, actually, and you back yourself with that confident delivery. But the other thing is just general confidence, isn't it? If you've got more confidence, you're less likely to take more touches in the way you play, whether it's a controllable, playable, hit a shot first time. That comes with confidence. Should Alanga be feeling more confident right now? Yeah, he's been playing, having a few more minutes, having decent impacts. So what that then comes to probably is a lack of quality. Maybe it's all three: a lack of quality, a lack of confidence, and a lack of football intelligence. So it goes back to what you said at the very start of the show. There are some things in the final third where the quality isn't quite telling,
Yeah,
and
and
it's costly.
yeah, and his confidence might have taken a dent because he was having a tough time on the wing. Like he couldn't really get past the left back. He was getting barged out of play. You know, what I mean, decisions weren't going his way. It was a tough one for him. But yeah, he should have definitely done a lot better with that. What are your thoughts on the battle between Dan Burn and Haaland? Because I thought that was a really good battle. You know, very physical, especially when Dan Burn was ready on the yellow card from early. I thought he kind of adapted the physicality. You know, sometimes Haaland got the better of him, sometimes Burn got the better of him. What are your thoughts on it?
I love the message that Harlan put, like another day at the office. And I think there was another tweet I saw where it's got three of them tussling, but then
Mm,
the last one's them kind of tussling but smiling at each other. So some centre forwards like the rough and tumble, and they give as good as they got. I think in recent games, I know Haaland broke free on occasions, and to be honest, City's poor finishing could have been worse. But I do think Burn. overall has the measure of Haaland in the games that I've seen.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
but he's doing his job very Chiellini like to put him off.
yeah.
You got to feel the guy's shirt. You got to let him know you're there. Um, but yeah, thoroughly entertaining to watch. It looks like there's a bit of respect between them as well.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree. But like I said, Harley did have a couple opportunities. The one-on-one that Pope saved, he had a weak shot. He put one just wide in the first half as well. But yeah, it was a good battle. It was a good battle. Smash the likes, people. Not sure what the like count is at the moment, but we need to get the likes up as much as possible. There's 38 of you at the moment in there, so at least 20 likes if you haven't got there. Maybe 25. That would be much appreciated. Some of these comments here, we've got Liam who said the silver second yellow decision is worse. Again, that's another one that didn't go away because he jumped. He'd not even looked at the ball. He just jumped into Dan Burn. And I think the ref stupidly looked at the size of Silver and the size of Burn and thought, yeah, we'll allow him, which is ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's a second yellow. He should have gone. Should have gone. Plain and simple. Big up Chris in the building. He said the Langa will never be at the level as even when he scored goals at Forest, he was not that good in general play.
Yeah,
Interesting.
we're not counter attack,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
The problem is, what do we do with him? Because I don't think we sell him in the summer. Um, Given the fact that I think some other people might leave in the summer, I don't think we're going to sell him. It's a bit of a conundrum, but it is what it is. Is what it is. We've got Raymond said Dan Burn was pushed in the box. Yes, it was a penalty for me for Newcastle United from Ray. Yeah, interesting. But listen, I'm trying to think. Other than there was the final chance that we had, Harvey Barnes when he hit the ball on the body, great save from Donnarumma. But again, while we set up quite well, it's just frustrating that we didn't really trouble Donnarumma as much as we could have and should have. Now, moving forward, do you think Eddie persists with this Gordon number 9, or once everyone's back, he can start putting like even Visser? Does he put Visser back in the team, or does he try Baltimore up front, or do you think this is it? Gordon's going to be the first choice striker for the remainder of the season. What do you reckon?
I think this is something he was looking to do even before we signed Voltamada. There were numerous other games that Gordon was played in a central position. I just think he should try. I mean, I've said it to you, D man. I think Gordon's better through the middle, but I just don't think he's a striker. So whether that's as an attacking midfielder, could try him left central midfield, or in my opinion, he could play as a 4-4-1-1 behind Voltamada. So he's got more of a free role because he tends to do that anyway. He moves side to side at times. But for me, this is a dagger in the heart for who is meant to be our first choice striker. I think he may persist with it because of Gordon's pace in behind. So in that case, then why don't you do Gordon top with Voltamada behind? Because the problem is being that deep in that 8 channel, you're too far away.
Yeah,
You're too
yeah.
far away. So he's setting him up for failure. Yeah, you're giving him more touches of the ball, but you're not a
But
goal threat.
yeah, the effectiveness is not there. Big up Big Ginks in the building. He said Gordon is our first choice striker from now on. He said Eddie isn't changing anything. He said also the team is built around Gordon.
That's the
Which yeah,
problem.
that is a problem. That is a
Why
problem.
why aren't people calling this out?
Well, that's the thing because there's no choice. It's like this is Eddie. Eddie's too stubborn. He's not going to change anything. This is his decision. He'll live and die by it. But the interesting thing is that Gordon. I'm convinced Gordon's not going to be here next season. So what's he going to do then? Yeah, unless if Eddie is to stay, what's he going to do if his love child goes? You know what I mean? So this is the conundrum that we're in. But Kenny said, "Is Visser out with the same injury?" No, it's not the same injury as before. Apparently, it's a knock. Some are saying that he's been put on a fitness program because he's
Yeah,
looking overweight.
weight issues. Yeah.
But we don't know. Apparently, he's going to be back by in the next game against Caraback. So, which is a bit of a shame because he'll probably be put in the starting lineup when you'd like to see
Neve.
Neve up front, even a Sula or something. But he's going to go with his tried and
He's
trusted.
been a
Yeah,
terrible sign. Terrible signing.
yeah. But Berry said Gordon will leave. He's sick of playing with crap like Alanga, Barnes, and Murphy. Fair play, but is Gordon as good as he thinks he is? You know what I mean? I don't think he is. Yeah, but there's too much interest floating around for me to think that he's not gonna go. You know
I
what I
hope
mean?
he
So,
goes. I hope he goes.
oh yeah, listen, I wouldn't shed a tear if he goes. Just get the right money for him. Yeah, anything above 70, I'll take. 70 or above, I'll take. You know what I mean? So, um, big up Gary said, if he continues recording, it shows House failed in the summer with his reckless over the top spending on overpriced players. Yeah,
Gary,
agreed, agreed.
we know he's failed. We know he's failed, man. But people don't want to call it out. The blind faith, the Colties, they won't admit it.
Chris said, whatever we do until the end of the season, we have to go all out for two creative players like Keith Smith and Alakuchi. Now the thing is, we know this, but it's not going to happen.
With
Let's
the
be honest. If
current
Eddie stays
manager,
there,
it's happening.
he's not going to sign these creative players. Yeah, the best he'll probably go for is like a James McAtee, bruv. Yeah, that's what we'll probably try to go for. You know what I mean? We know what the deal is. But anyway, it is what it is. It is. Liam said, "You're wrong, boys. Wissa against Caraback is the only move. Confidence bounce with a fit Vissa is an open goal before the running."
What you mean where Gordon will just not pass to him or just take all the penalties? What's the
Well,
point?
we'll actually talk about that, Lana, because
What's the point?
I wonder if Gordon's going to start.
If he doesn't start, then there's a chance.
Yeah. Like Connor said, hit the likes, people. Help support the channel. Be much appreciated. Get the like count up. You know, if you haven't, it only takes a second. You know what I mean? It'll be much appreciated.
Can
Much
you
appreciated.
imagine if he gets another 4 or 5 goals, and let's just say Real Madrid get knocked out, so Mbappe don't have a chance to add
So
to his bad
it's
lead.
just Harry Kane.
We get knocked out against Barcelona, which will likely happen.
Mm.
He might come out with the golden boot, you know.
What I'm saying it's just Harry Kane left.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you see Harry Kane's goal at the weekend?
Wow. You see?
This guy, bro. He's in the shout for the Ballon d'Or, bro. He's in the
Yeah,
shout for the Ballon
yeah.
d'Or. Yeah.
He deserves it.
Mad. But listen, we're now dropped down to 11th, I think, with the result of Fulham beating Sunderland. You know, double-edged sword. Yeah, we would like to see Sunderland lose, but Fulham's now gone above us. We've got. I think we've got 4 home games on the spin in all competitions coming up, right? But the 2 home games are Everton and Manchester United. Now, I think Liam said in the comment earlier that write this one off, right? Done and dust is done, but Everton is the real litmus test, right? So, how do you see that one going? Are you confident we get the job done against Everton? We'll put them together. Everton and Manchester United, 2 home games. Are you confident we take 6 points from them?
I think the Champions League is telling because if we make those changes and keep certain players fresh or key players fresh, we go into those games with our strongest possible starting lineup. So if we overexert and they play too many minutes, that then means you're chasing your tail against Everton because you might have to make forced changes. But yeah, I mean, it'll be a physical game against Everton. I'm a bit. I think we'll beat. I think we'll beat Man United. You know, we tend to turn up against them. Like the thing is, I know we lost away, but they're no better than us. I think they're being coached very well at the moment. But I think Everton will run us close. But I think there'll be a positive result from there. I could just see us winning both, you know, but I don't think they'll be like the most convincing of wins.
Yeah. Okay. Liam said 4 points. The draw will be against Manchester United. Interesting. He said unless Miley, Joe, and Sven are back. Well, they're saying that Sven might be back midweek. Miley has a chance. We don't know. Joelinton's back, isn't he? So, but we'll see. Gary, in terms of the Caraback, said, I'm not a Gordon lover, but let him score as many as possible if he can only increase his value and if he goes in the summer. True. Chris said, if we keep Gordon up front, we need to hope he can keep getting goals so we can rip off one of the big 6 with a high
There we
price
go.
tag. But
Looks like you guys are thinking the same thing.
he's got to start scoring in the Premier League. That's what he's got to start scoring in the Prem. You know what I mean? So
One goal and open play in the Premier in over a year, right?
yeah, exactly.
Diabolical, man.
I like the positivity, Kim Cam. We'll beat both of them. We are better now, and this is the positive thing because all right, we lost yesterday, but we didn't play badly. And regardless of the opposition that we've had before, the last 3 games, we played well. You know what I mean? So the confidence should be there to go into we'll beat Caraback on Tuesday. And the confidence should be there to then go and beat Everton. And if we do that, to go and beat Manchester United. And then that puts a slightly different turn on the remainder of the season. Because listen, right after Champions League qualification, we're not getting that at all. Yeah. But our aim should be some sort of European playing football by the end of the season. Whether we get it, I don't know. But if we can get those 2 wins, the confidence should be with the team to kind of go on a little run and making it difficult for the teams above us. Put pressure on them to maybe get a 7th. Or I think if you get 8th and say Villa win the Europa League, if whatever, and finish in the top 6, I think it falls down to 8th place, whatever. So maybe we can get through then. But if we were to win those 2 games, do you think that sets us up nicely for the rest of the season, or is it still like this is a story of our season? We put a few wins together and then we lose these games that we're not supposed to lose. What do you reckon?
I think it's that old cliche, isn't it, of take one game at a time, because every time we slightly turn the corner, I think, well, to be honest, one win at this moment, it shows how starved we are. One win and the fan base start overreacting, and as Kenny's put there, we are actually in terrible form. I
In
think
the league, yeah.
in the league, but again, I'm going to be real with you, I don't really count the Champions League at the moment, because the quality of the sides we're playing are just, honestly, it's a fugazi. Guy, we can't be waxing lyrical about beating Caraback, Union San Juan, and some of these sides. Yes, it's false dawns. I think when we've been tested this season, we have come up short more often than not. But I think we have to take it one game at a time and not look too far ahead of ourselves. If it comes to a point we get to the run-in and we've got a majority of our players back, we can give it a good go. The squad is experienced now of seeing those games through, and maybe that could help us limp over the finishing line. But we've got to get our bread and butter right, and that's starting with getting positive results against both Man United and Everton, respectively.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Caraback, right? Because obviously we got them on a Tuesday. Another game I'll be going to. Bit of a dead rubber, but
You must be in your overdraft now, D-man.
let's not forget that, bro. It's a madness, bro. It's a madness. But let's. Do you think we know that Malik Charles suspended? Yeah. Do you think he rings the changes, the wholesale changes, or we talked about whether Gordon's going to start, Vissa if he's back. Do you think he wants to maybe get a 3-4 goal lead and then rest them early, or rest them from the outset for the Everton game? What do you reckon?
I mean, I think he'll know what he has to do. Rest as many of them as possible. But he is also a cautious coach, and as crazy as it seems, having a 5-goal lead, he may still want it to be completely unassailable. So I can see him starting with a somewhat competent, strong side for the first half. And if we get 2 or 3 goals, then he will make changes,
Okay.
potentially.
I think the likes of Ramsdale will start. Ramsdale will start in goal. I think Botman, if he's fit, will start. Because obviously Malik Child's not going to be there. It's going to be interesting if Botman's not fit, who he puts in that centre back position to partner Dan Burns, which is going to be interesting. The midfield, I think it's going to be interesting whether Tonali, Willock, Ramsey, if they all start. Joelinton probably gets a start. Yeah. Does he rest Tonali because he played the last few games? Or does he rest Ramsey again? You know what I mean? That's going to be interesting. And up top,
You
I
think
think
Sean Neve gets a start, maybe?
no,
No?
because I think you know what's going to happen? Gordon's going to tell him, I want to get as many goals as possible. Yeah? So start me and take me off if you after 6 minutes. But Gordon will start up front. Yeah, I think Gordon will start up front. Murphy on the right, probably Barnes on the left. Yeah, I think that's how we'll go. Yeah, I'd like to see Sean Eve start. I think Sean Eve will get more minutes than he did in the first leg. It'll be good to see the other youngsters get a bit of game time as well. At least 20, 25 minutes at least. Yeah. And I think that probably is possible because I think by that time, we'll be like 8 or 9-1 on aggregate. You know what I mean? So
So
we
you
should.
think what? You think Murphy, Neve, Shaha, and Alabi will all get minutes?
Not all of them. I think Neve will. I think maybe Murphy will. Yeah, the other two, I'm still not sure. I don't think you're going to put all of them on at this, on the pitch at the same time. I don't see it. But um, like A just said, surely Alex Murphy can get a start. Who needs a break? Well,
He
that's
has
yeah,
to.
interesting. Yeah, maybe Murphy could start at left back. Maybe who does need a left?
Or even centre back. He's played centre back before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, who are you laughing at?
Big Yinks.
Which one? Eddie's not resting anybody.
Yeah, I just imagine his voice saying that. Oh my god.
Listen. We'd have a Langer for confidence. Kenny said. I hear you, but because he started this game, he doesn't tend to start too many games in a row. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Giniesta, I suggested that and I was laughed at. So,
No. Not for the Man City game. Not for the
why?
Man City game. No,
Why?
bro. If he gets murdered by Haaland, bro, what do you think that's going to do to his confidence, bro? Come on, man.
Apparently,
No, Caraback,
apparently he's
Caraback,
doing
I
good
can
performance.
understand. Caraback, put him in there. Yeah,
So what
Caraback. But they use
you
it.
don't think what is it, Uzbekistan, yeah?
What?
Is it Uzbekistan, Karabag?
Yeah.
You don't think these men will rough him up?
Oh, come on,
Uzbekistan,
bro.
yeah?
No, bro. Come
Yeah?
on, man. What? Okay. Ruffians, Haaland. Ruffians, Haaland.
Haaland's
Pick your
a
poison, bro.
pony, man. Come on,
No,
he's a pony,
that's
man. Come on.
baby food to Haaland, bro. You don't annihilate
Azerbaijan, that's it. Yeah,
him.
them man are hard, you know.
Ah. Liam says Sven needs some easy game time. He does, but is he fit? We don't know because they said they thought he was going to be fit for the weekend and they didn't want to risk it and stuff like that. So you never know, man. But yes, Azerbaijan, you're right, agent. Azerbaijan, yeah. Kenny says save Barnes for Everton.
Yeah, could be
Yeah,
crucial.
maybe,
Could be crucial.
maybe. All right, so this particular, what do you reckon for the scoreline?
You know what? I'd love to see it in the chat as well. You know what? I got a feeling it's going to be less goals than
Do
people.
they score?
Yes, we always concede.
Okay.
I think 4-1. I think it's going to be less than people think.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's gonna because you know what? Psychologically, listen, the tie is done, isn't it? The tie is done.
So you check out a little bit.
Yeah, and you want to preserve the legs for Everton. I'm gonna say 3-0. 3-0.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they score. In fact, if Ramsdale's in goal, they probably do score, you know.
Can be some kind of calamity mix-up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
Imagine if they take the lead.
Woo!
Imagine if they go 2-0 up.
Woo! You know what? Look, St. James's should clap them. Like, no offense or anything. I think if they score, we should clap them.
No, that's insulting, bro.
Why?
That's like if you had toddlers playing, bro. Like, yeah, go down. No, bro.
It's
Come on, man.
sportsmanship. we can get a FIFA Fair Play Awards.
Fair play. Listen, you clap the good encouragement. Watch them. Go 2-0. You see who's clapping now, innit? Like, rah. Yeah? Imagine. Just imagine. Just imagine if we beat them 5-4, bro. We beat them 5-4, bro. We'll be the laughing stock, bro.
Wow.
Laughing stock. Kenny saying 4-1, maybe 4-2, he said. Connor said 3-1. Big Yinks, a clean 5-0. Interesting.
Bagel.
People are looking to stat pad, he said. Okay.
Big Yinks, have you trademarked that yet? Have you trademarked it?
Right, listen. Keep hitting the like button, people. Keep smashing the likes. Aaron said, the team I want to see versus Carrier. Listen, don't be disrespectful with this Carrier bag chat, you know. I'm telling you, what they pump 2 against us, bro, when we start picking, raw. Yeah, Carrier bag. Okay. He said, Ramsdale, Shaha, Pivas, Botman, Murphy, Joe Linton, Alabi, Willock, Sungso, Neve, and Murphy. No, bro. That brother's not. He's not, bro. So did Eddie. Yeah,
Aaron, you'd be a great manager for us. You'd be a great manager, Aaron.
All right, I hear it, Aaron. Now give us your realistic one, which Eddie's gonna do. Yeah, be realistic, one. Because that ain't it. That ain't it. Yeah, I know you want to see it, but that ain't it, bro. That's no it. So many. Ellie have a heart attack with so many youngsters, bro. You're mad. remember the last. Remember the last time you played the youngsters, bro? Over in Asia, bro.
Oh man, it was
They
it
got
wasn't nice.
absolutely worked,
It
bro.
weren't nice viewing. It weren't nice viewing.
But just a side note, Rob. Side note. With Man City beating us 2-1 and Arsenal beating Tottenham today, who's your tip for the title? It's a 5-point gap, but City got a game in hand.
I think it's still too early to tell. I think even though City are gaining, what I think this season, what it's always been for Arsenal is the running. That's where they normally choke. Those last 8 to 10 games.
Mm,
That's where you're going to see whether Arsenal are made for it this year or not. So even if City peg them back, could they show fight? It's been shown that it's easy to chase than be chased.
mm.
Sorry, what is it again? It's easy to chase than be the chased.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even if Arsenal do slip to second, I still wouldn't rule them out. So the running will tell you more. We need a few more games. We
Okay.
need a few more games.
Okay.
But City are gaining though.
They're gaining. They're gaining. I think Arsenal still get it done though. I think they do. Especially if they beat Chelsea next week. I think that will be a big boost for them, and I think they'll get it done. Connor said we play Arsenal. Yep, so that's their regular 3 points for them. You know what I mean? At the Emirates, we don't win there. We don't win there in the league, should I say? But you never know. You never know. Could make it difficult for them. Aaron's come back to the team that Eddie will play. Ramsdale, Trippier, Botman, Byrne, Hall, Tonali, showed it to Ramsey, Barnes, Gordon, and Murphy. Yeah, not a bad shout, you know. Not a bad shout. In terms of title race, Gary says City got Arsenal at the Etihad as well as on April the 18th. Yeah, because listen, if City win all their games, they're champions, isn't it? But
Is it?
yeah, because remember, if they get
Because they beat
and they
Arsenal as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but then if Arsenal win all the games, they're champions, isn't it? So we'll see, but yeah, how many? You spoke about Gordon, yeah, and what he could stat pad with. How many goals? He's on 10 Champions League goals. Yeah. How many does he end up with?
I think 12.
12. Yeah. I'm gonna say 13. I'm gonna say 13. I'm not sure. I say 13. And also, obviously, we're gonna go for the next round.
But it depends if we get Chelsea. If we get Chelsea and not
Well,
Barcelona,
this is what I was going to ask you. Yeah,
we might have an opportunity to score 1 or 2 more.
Adrian, 17.
Wow.
You must think he's going to get 6 more in midweek, bro. Like 17. Listen, if he gets 17 Champions League goals,
we'll never hear the end.
That 95 million price tag, yeah, all right, cool, we'll take it, bro. Because 17 Champions League goals, that's a madness, bro. That's a madness. Kenny, come on, be serious, please. Be serious. Be serious. Be serious. All right. Scott says, still pick Arsenal to win. A City give teams too many chances. Indeed, I agree. All right. Let's humor Kenny for a little bit. Yeah. We get to the Champions League final. Yeah. And the unthinkable happens. Yeah. And we win it. Yeah. Should Eddie stay the next season?
If I was him, I would leave on a high because it gets no better than that, right?
Right.
Unless he wants to stay and try and have a crack at the Intercontinental Cup, because obviously you want to try and win a Super Cup and an Intercontinental Cup to get that on your CV, but it's that because you're then in very different territory, isn't it? It's hard to, when the players achieve that high, how do you keep them there? The only way is down. So if I was him, for his personal brand and wanting to go on and get another big job, I would go at that point and say, you know, with my blessing, I'm done. It's been an adventure.
And then would you have him as our greatest ever manager?
Well, it would have to be if he wins the Champions League.
Okay.
You know, it'll be the biggest accolade probably we've ever had.
Okay. Lee said, Jeff, you are shameful for putting what you want as is positive.
What's up with Liam? Liam, what's wrong with what?
All right, let me put
So,
this spot then. Okay, you said if you were him, would you
yeah.
want him? Would you want him to go if you won us a Champions League?
Would I want him to go?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Football is a ruthless business. He will have a place in my heart forever.
Yeah, right, bruv. Yeah, right. Ah,
Oh,
oh
well,
God.
it's a good job. The unthinkable ain't gonna happen, is it? That
But
would be
hey, listen, never say never, you know. Never say never. Yeah? Because we get we get Chelsea in that Champions League. I'm confident we do them. Yeah? I'm confident we do them. Right? Now, like you said, imagine Real Madrid are knocked out by then. I think Liverpool. Imagine if like Liverpool knocked out, Arsenal knocked out by the time we get to the final. Yeah? And it's us against, I don't know. Don't know. We are probably going to be the weakest team left in the Champions League, but I don't know who's left in there. I don't care who it is. Yeah, say it's
Bayern Munich.
PSG.
Bayern Munich.
Say it's PSG, who can't beat us. Yeah, PSG can't beat us. Yeah, so imagine, yeah, a 1-0, a 2-1. Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
you just never know. You
Stuff
just
of
never
dreams.
know.
Stuff of dreams.
Gordon thrives in this space in the Champions League. Yeah,
You know what? If we won it, to be fair, I wouldn't even care. In terms, not caring about winning. I mean, beyond then, anything that happens, as long as we don't get relegated, I'm just like the hell with it. Like we've accomplished the unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's just heights that you wouldn't even dream about reaching. So you can live off them fumes for like 5 years at
yeah.
least. Do you know
Hey,
what I mean?
I makes you live with that
Maybe
forever.
longer, 10 years.
Um, Scott said Liverpool did it in 2005 when it wasn't even a
Yeah,
good team back then. They
yeah.
finished fifth that year.
Chelsea as well. The year they finished sixth,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
were a poor side. They had like Ryan Bertrand at left back and stuff.
Kenny said last video rubbish the idea, but I think how was the Toon Mark Hughes just interim to steady the ship gone in
Wow,
year five?
Kenny, Kenny,
Someone's hacked Kenny's account.
my man,
Someone's hacked
Kenny,
his account. Someone's hacked him.
Kenny,
Someone's hacked him.
Kenny is officially on the dark side. Oh, I'm loving it, man. You see, you spend enough time with the 90s mags and then you get converted. There we
Boy,
go.
you never know.
There is hope. There is hope.
Imagine Elanga scored the goal that sends us through to the final. You know what I mean? One of these players have a role to play. Can be still be a hero. Can say, imagine if it's Vissa.
Wow.
You never know. You never know.
Wow.
Yeah,
He'd have the summer of his life.
yeah.
He'd come back 3 times overweight.
Listen, you never know, man. You never know. But listen, we're gonna go through against Caraback. Obviously, we're gonna preview the Everton game and ask you go again close to the time. But you said you think we'll squeeze past him, but do you think we? What do you think? I think we'll do in terms of scoreline, and we'll visit it again after the Caraback game. But what do you reckon?
Oh, wait. So what? Who? Everton?
Yeah.
Everton, yeah. I think I'll go for a narrow 2-1 win,
Okay.
I do think we have to be mindful of, the likes of Ndiaye and Grealish and my man, what's his name? Dewsbury Hall. Very
Mm.
tidy player, Dewsbury Hall. I think he's very underrated. And we know James Garner. I'm worried, man. I'm worried. I know he signed a new contract extension, but I think he's another player that Eddie loves, and I think
Yeah.
he'll be wanting to put himself in the shop window to impress Eddie. So, but I think we will get it over the line. Everton, I think David Moyes has them structured well. We came unstuck a little bit on the final day of the last season, but I think the boys will have the confidence on the basis that we smashed them 4-1 at theirs.
Yeah. Yeah. Kenny said, wasn't it 0-0 last season at Everton? Yeah, I think was that one goal that missed a penalty? I can't remember.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's the one where I was just like, he's too emotional for this
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Give somebody else the pen. That's probably the last one he missed.
Yeah, it was. Christopher said 11 games left, 9 points behind top six. So where's our season going? Even Darwin Nunes is rumored. I saw the Darwin Nunes rumors today. What's your thoughts on that one? Would you take him?
Well, again, he meets what the manager likes, isn't it? Athletic, robust, physical, but he's not clinical. He's not clinical, and the wages won't be cheap unless PIF are going to supplement those wages. But it could be a fresh start for Darwin Núñez. People, I've know a few Liverpool fans that were saying, "Look, they got decent money for him, but he was starting to come into some kind of, he was contributing a bit
They
more."
miss his work rate as well. They
Yeah,
say that their front three is lazy at the moment. That they miss the press. You know what I mean? So, and the good thing, he was getting the chances as well. Yes, he was missing them, but he was actually getting the chances, which was
is it, if it ends up being that we take him and then we sell Votamada in the summer, I won't be happy about that.
Okay.
But we need all the help we need though. So up top.
Christopher said, "I will take Núñez fast, eye for goal, and he's willing to drop wages he wants out." And
Wow.
Double D said Núñez would cause havoc. Him Murphy would work. I hope it's not the case because I don't want Murphy here next
Yeah,
season.
Murphy should be gone.
You know what I
If
mean? But
Murphy's still
I
there,
see
that's
it.
a problem.
I see it. Genius has said Eddie is salivating over the thought of getting Garner, O'Brien, and McNeil. Listen.
Iniesta. You forgot McAtee, bruv. You forgot McAtee.
See, we linked to Hugo Bueno from Wolves in the summer, as per David Ornstein. Listen, until a player's there holding up the shirt and the scar, I don't care, bruv, because we'll just get rejected by it, and a big dog will come in and take our targets. You know what I mean? So
Ornstein's a good source, though.
he is, but it's too early doors, isn't it? We're interested. All right, fair enough. But then you know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen. Liam said, avoid Núñez. Take a big man that can finish. Gonzalo Ramos.
Good player.
Interesting. Núñez in the Prem for Liverpool was 66 games, 16 goals, and 17 yellow cards. It's a big no for me. Plus, he's on 400k a week in Saudi.
That's very
Interesting.
poor record, man.
I wouldn't take Núñez. Not clinical in the final third. We already have a class striker there in Votamada. Just need to change the system to accommodate him.
Yeah.
But will Eddie do that? That's the thing. And again, if Eddie's going to stay on next season, I just don't think Votamada will be here.
Eddie stays next season. I'm boycotting, my guy.
Hold on. How are you going to do the panel? How are you going to do 90's magazine boycotting, bro?
Gonna have a hologram AI. AI of me, bruv. Yeah.
What about this then? Votamada's Andy Carroll in disguise.
That's D-Man's way of saying he's gonna miss me, guys. Let's pray for Eddie to go, please.
Like somebody said, Hugh Jefferson is here. Listen, there's 48 of you in there. Please smash the like button. Smash the likes, yeah? We need to get the like count up, yeah? Christopher's not having it. He said, come on, Jefferson. Watermud is Andy Carroll and Crouch in one.
Well, look, there's a likeness to Crouch, but Crouch was a technical player despite his size. Very, very underrated. If you look at Crouch's goal montage, there's some pearlers in there, so you look at Nick Votamada for Stuttgart, there's a reason why he cost that much. We have to put some respect on his name because he's Germany's number 9 right now. So the fact we're playing him as an 8 is insulting. That's more about the manager's tactical ineptitude than the players. I think True Geordie put a post up today showing the montage of his goals and goals contributions. He's no mug. It's just, once again, we struggle to deal with players that aren't straightforward.
Yeah, playing him as a Joe Linton is diabolical. That's big up Carnell, by the way. Hope you're good.
Big up.
But speaking of strikers, right? So obviously the forgotten man Visser, yeah, he's got 1 Premier League goal this season, yeah. How many does he end up with before the season finishes? I'm gonna say, don't laugh, bro.
I remember we asked this before. Remember, we were both like, 15, 12.
Yeah. Does he outscore Votamada and all of that, bro? Jesus Christ.
The expectations have come down now. Oh, man. He may not even reach double figures.
He's not reaching double. He's not reaching double figures, bro. We've got 11 games left. He's on 1.
So purely Premier League.
Yeah.
5.
55 million of his for 5 goals.
Wow, John Dale Thomason was probably better than him. Bloody
But
hell.
I'm thinking, bro, who we still got left to play? We still got to play Arsenal, Chelsea, Palace away, um, Fulham away. Yeah. I'm forgetting, bro. I can't remember the other team you got to play yet, but where do these goals come from, bro? I don't.
Let's have a wee look. Let's have a wee look. There might just be hope for him.
Big up Carnell, bro. He's tuning in from Tenerife, so now big up. Much
Hey,
appreciated, man.
that's one of my favorite places.
Yeah, international settings
Yeah,
and that.
you in last player that's Americas, yeah? Um, well, okay, you got obviously Chelsea coming up, you got the Derby, you got Palace, Bournemouth, Brighton, Forest, West Ham, Fulham on the final day. Could get a brace on the final day. Sorry, Kante. But there is enough, collection of games there for him to notch in.
Okay.
Even against the lower opposition.
I hear it. I reckon he gets 7. I reckon he gets 7.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll get a batch of like a brace in one of them, and then I reckon if he's back next week, anything longer than that, bro, it could be 2 or 3. Big up Wazza in the building. Wazza said,
"Where you been, mate?
Much appreciated. Yeah,
where you been? You're still alive."
He said,
Good to see ya.
Can you change the 666 bit though? But anyway, that's another story. But I said, Trafford, Shotlebeck, Wilson, and Nunes will do me. Interesting. How much is that all costing? Was that? Let me know. Yeah, and who's going the other way? Who we losing? Yeah, who we losing?
Harry Wilson from Fulham. I mean, that'll be on a free, but he'll probably ask for big wages.
Right. Okay. Gary said we let Wilson go for free and replace him with Visser, and Wilson has 5 Premier League goals. Visser had 1. That's the point. Does he end up outscoring Callum Wilson?
That's crazy.
That's mad.
If Wilson ends up outscoring him, that's mad.
That is crazy. Christopher said, Demon, is Howe's job on the line as he asked for Visser and the board didn't want him. That's pressure. 55 million wasted. Yeah. Listen, I think Howe's job's on the line regardless. Depending where we finish in the league. If we don't get European football, I think he's gone. Yeah. I genuinely, but I still think this is his last season anyway. I think he probably walks anyway. But definitely, if we don't get European football, I think they'll say, you know what, thanks, goodbye. You know what I mean? So we'll see in it. Time will tell. Should he lose the derby, against Sunderland, the pressure will be ramped up severely. You know what I mean? So that's an interesting one. But no, I appreciate your question. But anything else you want to cover before we come out of here, Jefferson?
No, I think despite another loss, and I think, to be honest, the way the league table's reading, having more losses than wins is kind of somewhat embarrassing. It is taking me back to school years, when we had like Dalglish and Hullet, and obviously the very beginnings of Robson, where we were just getting rinsed for our league position and all of that. But I think we'll bounce back, whether it's the remainder of this season or next season. We will bounce back. But thanks everyone for joining us today. I think it's been always a good time, always cracking a lot of jokes with you guys. So long may that continue.
Yeah, thanks for everyone in the chat. If you haven't already, smash the like button. Feel free to leave a comment after the show's live on YouTube. That'd be much appreciated. That helps as well. We will be back midweek to review the Caraback game. Bit of a dead rubber, but we will be here. You never know; they might make it interesting. And then obviously we'll preview the Everton game in full as well. So until next time, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're out. Peace.